Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to December. It's December 1st, 2024, and we're in beautiful QUARTZSITE, Arizona, boondocking in the desert. And I like to do per a request of a thoughtful viewer, I like to give you a weather report. And it's currently 44 degrees at 7:14 a.m. And as I look at the forecast over the next week or over the next 10 days, all I see is big fat suns every single day. And I see pretty much the number 73 across those 10 days. And on the low, I see pretty much 47. There's some minor variations. And as I look at, I go into the details and I look at wind speed, which, just so you know, that's a factor here. Everything could be perfect, but if the sustained winds are over 20 miles an hour, it's unless you have strategically placed rigs and wind breaks and stuff, it's not as pleasant as it could be. But I'm seeing, an average 3 mile per hour wind and a max of about 7. All right. If you're here in QUARTZSITE in the beginning of December, perfection for conditions. So we'll go from there to the comments, and the comments will be on mostly the videos that I released yesterday. And what I released yesterday are, of course, the comment video, the one I do now and do every day. Road trip, QUARTZSITE, myself and a couple of nomad friends on the way to Parker to get the Thanksgiving buffet. I turned the camera in, and the three of us, had a discussion about nomad life, camp hosting, all kinds of pretty interesting stuff. I really loved the conversation. I thought it made a great video in sort of the background, so you really could barely see, because I made the picture of the three of us bigger than the road I was showing, because the video, as advertised, was about our discussion and the three of us. And there's really not much to see between here and Parker. It's just flat desert. There's nothing. And most people liked it. It ended up being a very popular video. Let's see, if I look right now, we're at just about over 1,900 views, which is excellent. It's it pretty much ties my top video for the past 10 days. Yet we had some pretty upset people that I have a high tolerance level, and I like to think the highest and best of people, but there were some pointed, nasty comments about this video because they didn't want to see my friends. They just want to see what's outside the windshield. And there was a guy, he was offended that I put such a big picture of myself and my friends. And I suggested that maybe there's some other YouTube channels that might be more pleasurable for him, and he got kind of angry at that. So he's been blocked from commenting on the channel. He's welcome to continue to watch. Just really think about things, not just me, but you're watching somebody else's channel and you don't like something that they're going to do. I think it's okay to give a little feedback, but to really directly tell them you're doing it wrong and use strong language, it's not okay. It's not what we're, as creators, it's not what we're looking for. And in this case, even if like a huge number of the viewers would rather see the front, the view, and not see me and my friends, okay, I'm sorry. But it's my video and it's my friends, and it's not just entertainment for you, it's memories for me. I just love that. And could you see absolutely everything that I was talking about? There were a couple of places, like when we got to the casino and went down to the river, where you couldn't see the full view of what we were talking about. And in retrospect, maybe I should have shrunk the window during those few seconds of showing the Colorado River. I didn't, though. I bring you a lot of videos because I don't do much editing. because I don't want it to become a job. But anyway, I thought I'd mention that. There's a positive news video. World War II hero turns 100, and he got a ton of birthday cards, which I thought was wonderful. So let's start with the wonderful comments. On this was on an older video, Death Valley Adventure. Mitch Koski says that was a great trip, very interesting and entertaining. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mitch. I enjoyed making it and being there. Michael Mueller says, what are you using to make dog food? I said ground beef. And I should have said, someone told me, lean is better for dogs. You would think maybe high fat's better. No, lean. So I do 90% the leanest beef I can buy. I know it's a little more expensive, but I pay the extra. Peas and carrots and green beans, and usually fresh. I do frozen, but you can do canned. Dottie doesn't seem to care. And then these amazing places said, Rob, please do a video on making the dog food. And I've done it many times, so I just gave her a link to a video called Homemade Dog Food. And I gave her a link to that so she could watch that video. But often people say, why don't you do a video on, well, guys, believe it or not, let's take a quick peek here, and let's go to regular YouTube and look at Travels with Dottie. And let's see how many videos I have published. View your channel. 1,600 videos. So if you, and that's me talking in the background, if you can hear that faintly, it just auto-played. If you have a topic related to what I talk about, RV travel, retirement, my dog, Dottie, you can probably find a video on my channel. Go into the playlist, browse around. I think that you can search by my video. I think. I'm not positive. Can you go into a YouTube channel and search within their channel? Okay, Ken, it's on you. So that answered that question. Don the First, nothing better for Thanksgiving than a buffet. Tons of selections and no cleanup. Yeah, so the video, if you haven't seen it, is we have this discussion on the way while we're driving there. And then when I get to the casino, there's not a lot of footage because, one, they don't allow you to film in the casino proper. I cheated a little bit. I turned around and did a sweep to show you the casino. It's like any other casino you've ever seen anyway. But they said you can film inside the restaurant. So all I did was I did a shot of all of us, which I poorly framed and had to use a still to get everybody in. It's a whole other story. But probably more importantly, I showed you everybody's plate, the choices that they made and what the food looked like, so you could get an idea of what that buffet's like. They have buffets every night of the week down there for much less than $24.99. $24.99 is their holiday price, and they generally have a much wider selection and fancier stuff. But go on Blue Water Casino, go on their website, and they'll show you all the breakfast is like $4.99 or something ridiculous. It's just amazing stuff. They just want to get you in there. And believe it or not, I am what they don't want to see. Well, I was about to say I am what they don't want to see, but that's not true, because they want me to tell you my story. They do. I know they do. So last year, we went 3 times. We went for the buffet for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. So at Thanksgiving, while we're waiting, you got to wait in line for a while. We take turns waiting in the line. I went to the bar and played a poker machine, put $20 in, and I won over 100. I won like $100. So that meant, and I cashed out, and that meant it paid for all 3 buffets plus tip for the season. Then I joked on the way up there, well, I'm going to have to put in another $20, to keep up the tradition, to see if I win again. And the joke was my $24.99 buffet is going to cost me $44.99. But alas, that's not what happened. I didn't play poker this time. I played just regular penny slots, and I won like $40. So again, I paid for my meal. And saying they don't like people like me. Of course they like people like me, because I'll say, well, maybe I could go eat for free too, and you go up and you lose money and they're happy. So don't count on it. It's blind luck, and the odds are heavily in their favor, not in our favor. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, and Don the First says, tons of selections and no cleanup. You bet. They clean it up. They clean it up. Ken on QUARTZSITE Comments, video quality is good. My YouTube keeps defaulting to 420. I manually put it to 720, so quality is good. He says, zip code 78609 is located in Llano County, Central Texas, on Rusty's YouTube name. That's Rusty 78609, the guy I got the idea of doing these comment videos on. Got it from one of his listeners that also listens to me. He says, why don't you do this? And I was a bit hesitant at first because I don't like to steal directly someone's creative idea. But when I searched, he wasn't the only one doing it. There are lots of YouTubers do it. Ernie Land, good morning. I do enjoy your trips around QUARTZSITE. Thank you for them. I enjoy your driving conversations. But the new picture-in-picture is way too big. I watch your videos on my TV here in Rochester, New York, and your video of you good folks talking is too much for the whole video. I think you can show your friends and leave the sound on so we can hear you chatting and can see the road. Have a great week. I hope this comment didn't offend you. Now, it didn't. It didn't. He wasn't giving me directives. He was making a suggestion, and he was doing it politely, and that's welcome all day long. It doesn't change my idea. I wanted my friends on the video. I wanted them bigger than just a corner of the screen. And I get it that, Ernie, you would have preferred it differently, but there are lots of videos where you see, I get these videos where I mount the camera on the hood of my car and you see this crystal clear vista of driving. So just not on that video, my friend. But thanks for the polite suggestion. I appreciate it. Chris Lant, thanks for your wonderful comments. I have the utmost respect for people like him. What sacrifice these people made was incredible for all our freedom. He's talking about the World War II hero turns 100. The first 30 minutes of Saving Ryan brought it home from an American perspective. If you get a chance to look at the final episode of Black Adder, of the long-running comedy series, including Mr. Bean, the final scene where they go over the trenches is truly moving. Love you all and happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Chris. Chris Lant. Thank you, Chris. And on World War II, Rose goes, I agree. Road trip to QUARTZSITE, pleasant drive and good conversation. I really loved our conversation. I thought we talked about things that prospective and existing nomads find interesting. What the heck did I catch on my game camera? A random short. The guy says, looks like a fat cat. I agree, it was a fat cat. Ken Gray says, on the World War II, love the bravery of all these men and women, had to protect our freedoms. Kristen Handsaker? Kristen Handsaker. I watch you every day on Apple TV. Decided to view you on the laptop today so I could write you a thank you note. Thank you for all your videos in QUARTZSITE. I miss not being there, and you keep me current on changes and taking place there. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome, Kristen. Let's see. El Fuego, the fire. Okay, now I want to be you when I grow up. Having a fun Thanksgiving with 4 spunky females. Sharing stories is hard to beat. This video shows the type of companionship that can be established in the nomad community. And I go, so true, thumbs up. And Pup Camper 58, that's Cheryl. Rob is a dear friend, and I look forward to camping with him here in QUARTZSITE each winter. So that's why I had the bigger picture with us in it talking, because that's it's beautiful vistas and roads are great. I love them. But the core of this lifestyle is what you saw in the inset picture of us talking. It's true. Let's see. Robin Goff. Hi, Rob, Cheryl, and Barb. I went and subscribed to QUARTZSITE Cheryl's channel. I was subscriber 205. I enjoyed your chit-chat during the drive from the to and from the casino. Forgot to mention, I do like the beard mustache growing. I've got a funny story about that in a minute. And if it keeps you a little warmer, do it. The view of the river and surrounding landscape is so gorgeous. I was going to say it looked like sprint boats. They're so fun to watch. They get them in Washington too, along with the hydroplane boat races. I want to see Wicked as well, Cheryl, but I'm waiting till it comes on streaming. Hi, Judy and Lisa. The food looked delicious. Well, thanks, Robin. The beard. It's coming in, right? Well, yesterday I was out at Cheryl's place I wanted to show her a picture, and I got my phone. And it uses Face ID to open. Wouldn't open. It kept failing Face ID, and I'm like, I don't understand it. Cheryl's like, is it your glasses? I said, no, I did it with my glasses on. I updated it like a month ago. And then suddenly realized the beard. So I had to go through this whole security thing, and there was an hour. It makes you wait an hour for security reasons, and I had to redo my Face ID. Jen. Smart and Final has been around since the early 50s. We were talking about the Smart and Final food store in Blythe, which pardon me, people rave about it, and I don't think I've been there. So I'm going to do a video on it. My parents had a mom and pop store and would go all the way to LA to bring back merchandise to resell. This is the place that sold bulk items to resell. For Christmas, they would buy colorful Christmas hard candy in a big can and give it away to customers. Back then, it was more of a wholesale store, very different today. And Barb Connor says, I had a blast. Thanks for the ride. That was Barb, our passenger in the back seat. And Brenda, my husband and I loved your conversation about camp hosting. Both myself and Cheryl, especially, has had multiple camp hosting gigs. I've had one, but we both talked about our experiences. That we've been camp hosting for 3 years now. We have all the issues you talked about when it comes to clearing pits. The majority of campers are very good, but there's always those few that just shouldn't be campers. Love your videos and seeing Dottie. Great conversation, great video. This is from Mario Fuentes. Have a great meal and bless you and your company in the name of all names, our Lord Jesus Christ. Let's see. Philip Williams. Phillips has been posting his progress as he crosses the country to get here. It looks like he made it. He said, made it. I'm at McDonald's trying to figure my way around. I'm trying to find the Camel Burger place since I'm hungry. I'll tell them I came all the way from Ohio to taste it. Well, I looked at the time. He says since Wednesday, 2,418 miles traveled. Time for rest and cleaning the car. Yay. I said they closed at 6. I know. He said I got here at 6:30, and I said no. iSmart Carl's Jr. though, it's been a couple decades since they had that, so treat night. Yeah, you're gonna like that Carl's Jr.'s. Philip followed the advice I keep giving to people. If you go to McDonald's, use the app, or you're gonna get shell shocked at the price you pay. Use the app. Get a special on the app. Don't pay retail at McDonald's and QUARTZSITE. By all means, use the app. Pay cheap. Nancy Lowe. I've always made my own dog food when my kids were little. I made baby food. If your dog has sensitive skin, you can use fish as well as turkey. Brown rice is a good source of minerals and B vitamins. Venison is good, but not easy to get in Q, unlike where I am in Missouri. Well, thanks for the tip. Couple science works. Sounds serious, doesn't it? It's just my friend Kathleen. So glad you had a nice Thanksgiving. We're leaving Montana in the first week of December. Look forward to seeing everyone. Yes, I have my winter tent this year, but I'll know how to set it up. So, okay, that takes a little explanation. Kathleen and Bob, they've been up north, for the whole summer, and they're coming down. And I'm assuming, I think, kid, correct me if I'm wrong, you're going to camp here again. So I'll, in a couple days, I'll be able to look out and see their rig. And what she's talking about is, someone said, I think on the trip, they were saying, we should have a meal instead of coming up here one of these holidays. We should just do a potluck. Somebody said, what if it's too cold? And I said, well, if Kathleen's here, she has a clear dome thing that seems to stand up pretty good to pretty high winds. And I said, we could all put a table in there and eat in there. And even if it's windy and cold, the sun will make it nice and toasty in there. And she says, I'll know how to set it up, because last year when she got it, I tried to help her set it up. And boy, it was a big, giant pain in the ass, wasn't it? Oh, my goodness. But now she knows how to do it. Her and Bob. Let's see. Michael Mueller, did you use some kind of safety strap in case the new camera setup, or do you just trust the suction cups? I did a safety strap. I took a bungee cord with hooks on it, hooked one end to the windshield wiper, and the other one I hooked to the contraption. So if it pops off, it'll just bang against the side of the car and it won't go anywhere. So, yeah, I was too chicken to just use. Even though this new one is 2 suction cups, I still don't completely trust it. And we have another one. Let's see. It was on the positive news video I did on a 4-day work week. It was on a 4-day work week study that was done a couple of years ago in the UK with very positive results. In these amazing places, a government mandated work week only grows government power, and this is never grow good. Greed kills societies. It doesn't matter. It does not matter the ism that you're under. If greed exists, then it will kill that society. The only difference is that under capitalism, you can make your own economy. The question is, how do we remove greed? How do we make those at the top want to do more for those way at the bottom? Somehow, you made this a political angst thing, and it was just a study. The results were going to be provided to the company and private industry to determine, hey, is this good for business or not? Is it good for you? Is it maybe good for it? And the results were, and you can find the results now, that the answer is yes, it's good for the business and for the employees and for the families. It's good for everyone. It doesn't have anything about government mandated work weeks. And I don't know, since I've been living in the United States, no government has mandated a work week, unless you want to talk about overtime regulations, being paid over 40 hours. I don't know if that's there's nothing in the government that tells a business what a work week is. They get to decide on their own. So I guess I guess I don't understand all the angst under it. So I'm just going to say, I'll just, here's the dilemma you have as a YouTuber. So you want to respond to the comment because you go constantly to the feed that says, here are the comments you haven't responded to. And if I don't respond to it, let's see, sort by, let's see, published, filter. Let's see, response status. I haven't responded, so I hit that. And he's out there by himself. I responded to everyone. So let's say I just click like it and I refresh. It's still out there. It doesn't consider liking it a response. If I hit love it, the heart, and I hit reload, it's gone. I'm cleared. But I don't love it. I'm not even sure I like it. I don't dislike it, though. I could hit dislike, or dislike and love, which makes no sense. The only other thing I can do is I can just reply to it. And so this is tricky. This is a comment I don't particularly like. I don't particularly dislike it. So what do I say? And you think I'm about to illustrate you this great thing that I say. I'm figuring it out right now. I will say, how about I don't think any government should mandate work weeks. All right? I believe that. So there's a point. So what I did was I found a point of agreement in what they said, and I'm going to hit reply because I agree that the government shouldn't mandate a work week. That's not, in fact, what's happening here in the article or anywhere that I'm aware of. So that's the part that's kind of disturbing and sort of the kind of angry tone about it. Not angry towards me, of course. The angry, like, oh, the government. So I sort of put that aside and found the one thing in there, the one sort of underlying principle, and I said I agree with it, and they'll probably be okay with that. And if I reload and do, I go back to response status, I haven't responded. Oh, there's a new video from a minute ago. So the other one's gone. Down the first said, I thought the video was going to the casino was great. The conversation was illuminating and fun. Road views are good too, but you already have videos and all that. Others can go look at those vids over and over. Now I can hit like and love. Now I can hit like and love because I like it and I love it. So, there you go. There is today's, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day. Today, guess what? You're going somewhere with me today. You're going to Lake Havasu. That's a little bit of a stretch as it's far away, really, as Phoenix is. In time, it's an hour and a half to get there. And what are we doing in Lake Havasu? Well, our good friend Daryl rented a house there with a pool and a hot tub. And I've never really seen Havasu before, so I'm going to spend the night. Dottie and I are going to spend the night here. My friend Cheryl's going to take care of George here. And we're going to go up, and I bought to upgrade a big upgrade for my truck. It's one of those consoles with the big colored screen versus the little 4-inch one I have. And Daryl knows how to install those. He's going to install that for me. I'm going to take him out to dinner. Tomorrow morning, somebody suggested this. Why don't you do the comments on with Daryl? And I'm gonna do it with Daryl. Isn't that fun? That'd be fun, don't you think? I'll do it with Daryl. So it might be published a little later tomorrow. I'm not sure, but that'll be pretty cool. And I'll show you. I probably won't do any outside the car shooting until I get to Parker, and then I'll show you the what it looks like between Parker and Lake Havasu, because that's how you get there. Just like I've done 2 trips now from QUARTZSITE to Parker. It's about 45 minutes, and then it's you keep going north on 95. It's an additional 45 minutes from Parker to Havasu. There's a big lake there, hence it's called Lake Havasu. It's also London Bridge is there. That'll take an explanation if you don't know about that, and you'll get it too. So you'll probably have a couple of videos. Maybe there's some videos coming from Lake Havasu starting today, and you will see them. When are you going to see them? Do I have another? You will see them starting tomorrow, because I don't have any in the hopper. None in the hopper. So the trip up today is going to be tomorrow. I'll see you then. And I really thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Hang in there. Happy holidays. Happy thanks. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And we're in December. We're officially, it's okay to decorate for Christmas now. Take care.